Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is James, this is Jammy Dodger Flips. We've got a few orders to go out, we've got a few in-post vintage snipes to go and collect, and then once again a few more orders to go out. Yeah, I've got this stack here, which is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orders, all from yesterday, but I have already printed the labels and marked them as dispatched, so on the way to the lockers I'll go and get these dropped off. And then we've got another 9, I believe, to pick. Anyway, I'll show you these orders. I'll pop them up on the screen as I go through them. At the bottom here, you've got a pair of Technics speakers, which sold for, I think, £27 plus postage. They were sat around for like 6 months or something. I paid £20 at the car boot for a full Technics hi-fi set. Sold the rest for like 80 odd quid, I think, for the whole sort of stack system. The speakers sat around for quite a while, but finally, they got them for £27. Can't really complain too much. It's kind of the cherry on top. In this hula hoop box, very, very nice sale. As you guys saw on my Instagram, that is the City motorcycle boots. That was a £5 Vinted purchase into £110 on eBay, which is insane. Probably my highest profit margin yet on a vintage snipe. And then next up in this box here, we've got a pair of roller skates. Quite a basic model. They are Solomon's, so good brand. But unfortunately, they didn't really sell for too much. I think I started the price at like 60 quid and kept on dropping it and dropping it and dropping it and dropping it. And finally, somebody has bought them for £20. They've been on eBay for at least 6 months. So I'm glad to get them gone, clear some space because they're quite big and bulky. But still profit because they only owe me about £5 from the car boot, so £5 into 20. In this popcorn box, very nice sale once again. That was a vintage snipe. I paid £12, I believe, for a pair of Scarpa hiking boots. Absolutely massive. They're size 13.5 men's. So huge boots. But they've got the Gore-Tex, they've got the Vibram soles. Scarpa, of course, is a brilliant brand, as I've mentioned before on the channel. I think I sent a 10% offer out and they've sold for £67. And then in the Amazon box, we've got a pair of Adidas Sambas. They're the Deacon model. Again, sold pretty well for about £45. They're a vintage snipe for around £8, maybe a tenner. And in the Haribo box, got a pair of Vans, but they're kind of like the all-terrain sort of heavy-soled and, yeah, just quite robust Vans. They look brand new without tags, so I listed them on eBay as brand new. £35 they've gone for. And right at the top, in this bag, £5 sale, nothing special. It's a shoe Dr. Martin bag. Again, I'll show you on the screen. It's been on eBay for at least a year. I'm glad it's finally gone. £5. I think I paid like 50p at the car boot. But yeah, it's just a little storage bag for your Dr. Martens. So again, quite a nice little bundle of sales. Sorry I didn't show myself packaging them, but you get the gist. Yeah, let's head out to the in-post lockers, collect what we've got. I'll drop these off at the shop and then we'll come back here and show you guys what else is sold. Okay guys, that's all the every parcels dropped off for now. We've picked up the 3 in-post parcels here. I might just go home and open these up for you guys and show you what I've found, but yeah, a quick little sneak peek into these ones here because they're pretty much open, so I'll show you guys. I believe I paid £8 for these ones. They're a pair of Adidas Gore-Tex Terex shoes, so really nice clean condition. Yeah, £8 plus the fees, so what's that, around £11.50 or something like that. Continental soles, so again, good brand for the soles. Terex, Gore-Tex. It's got all the things to look out for an ideal shoe to resell on eBay. After a quick little clean up, these should still sell for around 45, 50 quid maybe. Once I clean them up, my £8 is definitely safe. Yeah, I'll go home now and open these ones because I haven't got any scissors on me, so be a bit of a faff, but yeah, I'll go home, show you them and go from there. And we're back in the garage. It is freezing cold today. We've got frost all over the cars. The sun is shining though, so it's quickly defrosting, but winter is definitely here now. Frosty cars, a little bit of snow. It's quite nice to be honest. Anyway, let's just get into those 2 vintage snipes that I picked up just now. Try and get some light on these. Before I start though, obviously there's the Adidas that I just showed you. Yesterday I picked up these Converse. In the Vinted pictures they were disgusting. They were covered in dirt and muck and were horrible. And to my surprise, the seller actually stuck them through the washing machine before sending them. So they're a little bit damp, but I'm not complaining about that because she's completely saved me a massive job of scrubbing these up. I actually hesitated buying them because they were so dirty. I thought, nah, there's no point. They were £13. There's probably not much use in actually buying them because like they might be completely stained. But yeah, luckily for me, without mentioning it, she stuck them through the washing machine and they've come up almost like new. So lovely pair of Converse Run Style hikes. There's the insoles there. As you can see, they haven't really been worn that heavily. So yeah, once I get the laces back up, put some shoe trees in there, make them look good, they should photograph really well. So a lovely pair there. That's £13 I think plus the fees, so always add about £3.50 for the fees, postage and the Vinted fee itself, but that's still quite a good investment, especially now they're all clean, so I don't need to put much time into them. But they should still sell on eBay for around 45-50 quid, which right now seems to be my average sale price on these shoes, which is lovely. So I'm not complaining at all. You can probably tell I'm pretty happy with this whole new routine of selling shoes. Just got the first offer in of the day. Got a pair of Fly London sandals. These were actually a car boot find. I think I paid £2 for these at the car boot. They're on for £22.99 right there. So quite a nice pair. They're like a patent sort of black leather. They've offered 15 quid. They've been on for about 3 or 4 months now, so I'll accept that and get them gone. Okay, let's get into these Vinted snipes. So, first up, not to bore you with these exact same Converse, but I picked up another pair of these Converse Move platforms because I think these are about a tenner. There's no like glue like the previous ones in my previous video were, and they're not yellowed at all. The soles aren't too worn down, a little bit of wear on the corner there, but that's quite common for Converse. £10 plus the fees, £13.50, and easily sell within a day for around 40. And you'll see that because this morning, first sale of the day, another pair of these, the ones I showed in my previous video. So £35, I think I paid £10 for them. I did show them in the video, although I didn't actually mention because I didn't know at the time. The heels right down here had like quite big holes in them on the inside, so I probably could have got a bit more if they're in better condition, but I just whacked them up for 35, expecting to take a lower offer maybe of like 28-30 quid, but somebody paid full price, so I'm very happy with that. I'll show you guys in the video later on. That's the first pair, plus the Adidas. If my Vinted is correct, these are going to be a lovely surprise for all of us. So one thing to look out for on Vinted is seller error. A lot of sellers on there don't know brands of things. I've mentioned this brand before. This is where a little bit of knowledge comes in and can actually make you some really good money. And just kind of thinking outside the box. So when you're doing your searches, maybe don't search for the exact brand. Maybe search for like a little off-brand or whatever. It's hard to explain. But here's the next find here. So these are a pair of On Clouds. I was actually shocked I found these. Basically, they put them up as Swiss Engineering, which is written on the tongue there. What they didn't know is the exact name of the brand, which is On Cloud. So you got the O and the C. I picked up another pair the other day, which were called QU, I think, because it does look like a Q and a U on the side. So they call them Swiss Engineering. Obviously, most people would put On Cloud in on their search filters, and they would find these, but at the massively high prices that they retail at. These ones, unbelievably, they're a good size. They're a size 7.5, so decent all-round men's and women's size. Absolutely no damage to them at all. They've been worn for a few miles definitely, but there's no rips. Or I guess the major one that puts me off buying these shoes is the holes here from like your toenails. They poke holes through the top, but as long as there's none of that and there's no heel holes, then I will buy them. These ones, you won't believe it, I paid £5 for these. Absolute steal. Probably up there with one of my best ever Vinted snipes, and it's only because of seller error. She put them up as Swiss Engineering, not On Cloud. Using that little bit of knowledge, searching outside of the box, outside of the normal search criteria, you get lucky sometimes. And I know I make it seem a lot easier than it is, but I do put a lot of hours into Vinted, and just constantly refreshing the pages, constantly on there, all the search filters. I'm constantly looking for different shoes, different brands. So it's not like I go on there and 5 seconds later I find an absolute £5 into £100 bargain. You've got to put the work in, nothing comes easily, and of course you've got to have that knowledge in the first place. And they've paid for those sandals, so that's very nice. A lot of the time people will just put these as platform Converse, or not even that, just Converse. And obviously they're Runstar Hikes, that's the exact model. If you search them on eBay, you'll see they retail at £100 plus, brand new, pre-owned condition, 50-60 quid. So like I say, just think outside the box and you will eventually find some bargains. Okay, let's get into what has sold in the last day or so. So we've got, I think, 9 more to pack. That's including the one that just came through. If I mount my camera over here, hopefully you can see me pick the shoes from the box. There we go. So yeah, as always, my running box. We've got 2 pairs of running shoes here that have sold. Box 25. So you've got the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 22s, similar to the pair I sold in the last video. These ones sold the next day. £45 I think they went for in the end, so pretty good money. And trying not to be as greedy as I have been in the past with offers coming in. So I think I did have them up for £59.99 because once again, condition's really good. Yeah, paid a tenner. If someone sends me a £45 offer, yes, it's £15 less than the asking price, but I've got to start thinking about the buy price and the quick turnaround and quick reinvesting back into stock. So yeah, that's £10 into 45 after fees and everything. It's still a nice chunky profit. And then next up, got this Asics Gel Fuji Trabuco 7. Really funky looking Asics. These are trail runners. They've got the little Gore-Tex tag on them somewhere. There it is. So Gore-Tex waterproof. Another one to look out for. You can't really miss them. They're really funky looking. I can't actually remember what they sold for. I'll just check quickly on my phone. Oh yeah, I sent an offer out on these ones. They've sold for £38.69 plus postage. And I believe they owed me about 7 or 8 quid plus the fees on Vinted. So again, not too bad at all. Alright, that's it for the running shoes. Then in box 27, which is kind of like an all-rounder box for Vinted. Mixture of shoes, got all sorts in here. All from Vinted once again. First sale here, this is a pair of Vivo Barefoot sandals. I think they're called the Achilles sandals. Pretty good condition again. I paid £5 on Vinted for these ones, plus the fees. And they have sold for £30 plus postage on eBay. And then next up on here, another similar pair to what I've shown in videos. These are a pair of Adidas Sambas. I believe they're size 8. They've sold full price of £44.99 plus postage. And once again, I think a £10 snipe on Vinted. So one to look out for, that sort of retro big tongue look. They're really popular, these ones, especially in the suede models, and obviously black leather. They sell within sort of 2 days. You'll get the sale pretty much if the price is right. Right, I think that's it for this box. So that's 4 pairs so far, all from Vinted. So box 26, once again, an everything box for Vinted. So don't pass up on this brand. I know it's a bit of a high street brand, but Clarks do sell really well. These are Clarks all-terrain leisure shoes. So they're not Gore-Tex. They do have a Gore-Tex model of this exact pair, but yeah, these are just kind of like hiking, walking trainers. And once again, I think they had them up for 15. I offered £10 on Vinted, and luckily they accepted. And they've sold for £39.99. And then the ones I mentioned earlier on, which have the holes in the heels, are these Converse here. So as you can see, do keep an eye out for that little, you can hardly see it in the video, but there's like a little hole in the heel there. Sometimes you get caught out with them, especially on running shoes like these. Obviously these are really good condition, but yeah, that's one thing that does let down the sale. Happens quite often on shoes like Hockers and just all sorts really, but shoes still sell with them, of course. Like these Converse have sold for £35. They've got the heel holes, so it hasn't obviously ruined the sale, but just make sure you disclose it in the listing, because if a buyer finds out you haven't mentioned it, you'll probably get a return and maybe a negative feedback or something. So just be careful of that. Check over the shoe properly and you should be safe. So next up in box 22, which is right here, we've got that pair of sandals that I just sold about 15 minutes ago. So I'll quickly pick them out. There they are. So £2 at the car boot. These are just Fly London. That's the brand there. They usually have a big fly on them. There's the brand. There you go. So nice patent leather buckled sandals. £15. It's not too bad from £2 invested. And like I said, they've been sat around now for about 3 or 4 months. So quite happy just to take that money. Okay. And next up, off the top of my head, it is in this box 15, which is down here. There it is. Just a little army DPM jacket. I think I paid like £1 each for about 4 of these at a car boot. And this is the final one to sell. It's sold for £7.99. They sent an offer, I accepted it just to get it gone. I literally would have accepted anything. So if they sent a lowball offer of like 3 or 4 quid, I probably would have accepted that because I'm willing to profit on it already. The others have sold for around £10 each. So yeah, not too bad. That's a car boot find once again. So this buyer actually accepted an offer about a week ago. Didn't pay after 4 days. Sent me a message on the 4th day saying they'll pay tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I'll let that wait and they can pay tomorrow. It's only a £5 item. They didn't pay, so I cancelled the order, relisted it, and then yesterday I received the order from them of full price for £4.99. So it's only a little small thing. It's Little Lou from Little Britain. So yeah, very random. It's been on eBay for like over a year as well, so bit of a bad item to pick up, but it's sold. Right, that's everything picked. I just need to get them all packaged and then sent off to the shop. And like I said in a previous video, I go to the shop sometimes a few times a day because it's like a minute drive from the house. So I really don't mind about doing 2 separate runs, clearing some stuff, clearing some space so I can actually walk around in my garage. And yeah, just doing an extra run. And there's usually a load of Vinted parcels for me to collect anyway, so I usually end up going back there again during the day anyway. So yeah, I might as well get these ones packaged and sent out later on. From Vinted, I'm going to try and reuse some of these boxes that I keep getting. Obviously they're free boxes, so I might as well try and reuse them and yeah, recycle, do my little bit for the planet. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. That's it for the video. I've packaged up all the items here. So we've got 9 there going out, I believe. 9 there to go out later on. I think I've got a few more every Vinted snipes to go and pick up later, so I'll drop them off, pick them up as well, and just start processing the rest of the shoes, getting them photographed, getting them cleaned up, well, getting them photographed, and then finally getting them listed onto the shop to hit that 10 a day listing goal. Thank you so much for the support in the previous video, guys. I really do appreciate it. I keep an eye on all the stats as soon as I release a video, and it's so nice to see. This one was ranking 2 out of 10 within like 40 minutes, which is really good on YouTube. It's nice to know that my videos are helping you guys, and you guys are enjoying watching them, obviously. So I think this is now the 3rd day in a row where I've actually filmed a video, so I'm getting pretty exhausted. This one might be released on like Thursday or Friday this week. It's currently Wednesday, as I said. So yeah, a little bit of a break, but yeah, I hope you're enjoying them so far. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on the way out of this video. It really does help boost the video and boost the channel. Any thoughts on the video, drop them below in the comments. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.